Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Lincoln, and I'm here to share my RPA knowledge with you and to help you learn how to use UiPath. To give you a little background on UiPath, the software company has been around for about 15 years and started in Bucharest, Romania as Deskover making automation scripts. Fast forward about 7 years, and the company changes directions to move towards robotic process automation technologies. In 2013, desktop automation product launched. In 2015, Deskover launches the enterprise automation platform. Soon after, Deskover changes its name to UiPath and incorporates in the USA. In 2016, the front and back office Surfer was released, and right about this time, UiPath really started moving, and major expansions were made into Asia, Europe, and the USA. Series B and C investment rounds were completed in 2018, with Series D occurring in 2019. UiPath competitors include Automation Anywhere, Help Systems, WorkFusion, and Blue Prism, among a few others. Robotic process automation essentially allows the automation of repetitive tasks using software. This technology will help employees to focus on the tasks that require judgmental decisions and a human touch. Now that we have a little background on UiPath, let's get started with the installation. Now, in order to install the Community Edition, we will want to go to the Resource Center. From the Resource Center, we will want to click on Stable under the Community Edition. So go ahead and click on Download Stable. And once this is fully completed, click on the installation file and go through your install. It's a pretty standard install, but if you need additional instructions, please let me know in the comments below, and I will go more in depth on the installation. But for this tutorial, we will not step through the installation. Since I already have the application installed, when launching the installation for UiPath, the application just opens for me. Right. So this is the default screen when starting UiPath Studio, and we're going to start just a test for to make sure everything's set up and running properly. So for our test, what we're going to do is we're going to open up a web browser and go to google.com. From there, we will enter in UiPath and search for UiPath. From there, we'll reach the UiPath website from the Google results. So let's get started. From the main XAML file on the Project tab, we'll click on Activities, and we'll look for Open Browser. Dropping the activity onto the main panel will automatically generate a sequence and put the open browser activity within that sequence. To configure at minimum the open browser, we're going to select Internet Explorer. Then within open browser, we will enter in www.google.com. Save this and we will run the test. Fantastic. Now we have reached Google. Go ahead and close that. Now what we needed that window, so I'm going to run it again. And what we will do now is we're going to use a type into activity. Using the indicate element inside browser. And just to validate the selector, we'll click on the three bars and then click on edit selector. Go ahead and click on validate. And where it says text must be quoted, because it's a string value, we will open it, use double quotes for UiPath and then double quotes. The exclamation mark indicates that there's an error. Once we click out of it, the error will go away. So we'll save this and we'll run it. Great. Let's make sure to close out all of the windows. So one thing to note here is that we have an option to simulate type, which I usually do. I find that this usually gives me the best results with as little errors as possible. I don't want to get too deep into this, but simulate type is usually the go-to. The tooltip states if selected, it simulates the click by using the technology of the target application. This input method is the fastest of the three and works in the background. By default, this checkbox is not selected. If neither this nor the send window messages checkboxes are selected, the default method performs the click using the hardware driver. The default method is the slowest. It cannot work in the background, but is compatible with all desktop applications. So in any case, simulate click is usually what works best for me. You can try different things to see what you find most useful, most reliable. So with that said, now we have UiPath entered in the search bar. The next thing to do is to click the Google search button, which we will also use simulate click. As before, we're going to go ahead and indicate element inside browser and make sure to select Google search. And as I was saying earlier, we will select the simulate click. So we have reached the results that we were looking for. Next, we will need to select the correct website. And to do that, we'll need another click activity indicating a simulate click again and indicate element inside browser. Take a look at the selector. We're not going to go too much into selectors in this video. I will have a deeper dive into what these selectors are, um, how they affect your your workflows, and um, the potential problems that you'll run into while um, selecting your controls. Alright, great. So we've reached the UiPath homepage, and we know that our application is running the baseline, um, and we'll continue this with our next video. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on the videos as they're released, and hopefully these videos can help you pick up UiPath faster and making things a lot more understandable